Hey everybody, it's Liam Lander here with the Small Wrestling Alliance giving you my review of the July 25th episode of NXT, and I'll tell you if it's worth it. So before we really get into any matches, we have a video package for the takeover for the NXT Championship match. That's the main event of tonight. And this is just a repeat of the one from last week, so nothing really new added. But then we get right into our first match, Adam Cole taking on Sean Maluda, a former contender in the Cruiserweight Classic. And this match was it was pretty good. Definitely for a squash match. There's some nice back and forth action. There's a point where Sean jumps from the second rope into a super kick from Adam Cole. And yeah, it was a pretty solid matchup for what it was. And Adam Cole ends up winning. And then only to be confronted afterwards by Ricochet, who calls him out, says that, he's not faced anyone of any importance for the title, and calls him out and says, I want a match at TakeOver Brooklyn. Then before Adam Cole can answer that, the rest of Undisputed Era comes out and try to intimidate him, to try to intimidate Ricochet. But then War Raiders come out to even the odds, and that scares off Undisputed Era, and they end up running into Mustache Mountain. And they get beat. Undisputed Era gets beat down a bit, then had to run off from another exit. So this is really good. Not only do we get the setup for the North American Championship match at TakeOver, we also get a setup for the War Games match. It's probably gonna have War Raiders and Ricochet versus Undisputed Era versus British Strong Style. So all excellent stuff, really, and definitely all worth it. After that, we got a women's match with Lacey Evans taking on a jobber, and this was very one-sided, really short. I feel for what it was, it did its job and got the point across. But if you're not into matches like that, and if you're not into Lacey Evans, you're probably not gonna really like it. But I think it was, short, so it wasn't really too much a problem for me. So I would say it was probably still worth it, but I can understand why other people would want to skip over it, because, like I said, it's just a one-sided squash match. So it's not too impressive, but it still looks good for Lacey Evans' record, and how they're really building her up. She's been looking, getting better every single week, so she's been improving, and that's great. And she's been improving as a heel. A lot of people are hating her and everything, so she should be really good, especially since I feel there's going to be some call-ups. I think Nikki Cross is probably going to get called up pretty soon, and probably Shayna, because I feel maybe she loses her title. I don't know. She might lose to Kari and end up getting called up. But I feel there's going to be some need for a good heel, a top women's heel in the division, and Lacey Evans can definitely be it from the way they're building her up. Anyways, after that we get into our main event, and yeah, the first half of the show was very short. It really is just the first half. All the things in the main event gets an entire 30 minutes. Now, I kind of wish they had that in for the last week's, because, like I said, I felt that the women's triple threat match, didn't get enough time. But either way, we get the time now, a full 30 minutes for a match, and it was a really great match. They had a lot of character work, a lot of back and forth, a lot of counters and everything. Both guys looked really good, and and they really had enough time. Didn't feel rushed. They had enough time to let things, sit and have better pacing during it and all, to really get a lot of the psychology down, a lot of the storytelling down. So it was a really good matchup. It had a really sick ref bump in there. There's a point where Tomasa exposes the concrete, picks up the padding, and then eventually Aleister Black hits Tommaso Ciampa into the ref, who falls from the apron onto the concrete, judging by refs, it's surprised he's not dead. Really. But because of this ref knockout, Tommaso Ciampa tried to go for the NXT Championship belt to hit Aleister Black with it. Johnny Gargano, comes in, tries to stop him, ends up hitting Aleister Black with the championship belt himself. And this is what allows Tommaso Ciampa to get the victory. Because he lands his new finisher, this kind of modified pedigree style maneuver. And then the ref comes in, counts the 3, and then Tommaso Ciampa is the new champion. So while I don't really like what this does to Aleister Black, and his championship reign, and the fact that I don't think that Gargano Ciampa needed the belt to get more heat on the rivalry, I will still wait and see what comes from this. I don't think Aleister Black's gonna be moving up pretty soon. I don't think it's gonna happen. Hopefully, but I guess we'll all see. And this will most likely set up a triple threat with Ciampa, Aleister Black, and Gargano at TakeOver Brooklyn. So that should be definitely a hell of a match. And this was a really good match. Like I said, really great storytelling and really great character work with really great action. So it was really good. But anyways, yeah, it was definitely worth it. And overall, the night, I thought it was worth it. I can see some people think that the first half might be a little underwhelming, but I think overall it was a very solid night. And I thought it was all pretty good. I would suggest anyone to watch the whole thing. Only thing I skipped was some commercials. But at least it didn't happen during matches, I guess. Anyways, yeah. So it was good, definitely worth it, and you should check it out. And if you like this video, leave a like down below if you want to see more videos like this. Subscribe to the channel. We do reviews of all different WWE shows. You can also hit the bell to get notified for when we go live. We go live for most WWE pay-per-views and sometimes pay-per-views outside the WWE when we can. And we also go live for our podcast Shooting with the Smallkey Family every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time. And yes, you can follow me on Twitter at Liam_SWA. And until next time, see ya.